Close your fucking mouth. As you can see here, we have what appears to be an extra bay in the NAS. This isn't actually an extra bay. This is what they refer to as a USM, a Universal Storage Module, which in not so long words just means a 2.5-inch drive you can use to transfer files onto or off of the NAS. This is the Seagate STBN 100 diskless NAS. Today we're going to be unboxing it. The first thing we come to in the box is cables. Here we have your DC, AC, whatever you want to call it, power converter. We have the actual power cord. We have an included Ethernet cable and the documentation, as well as any pertinent programs or drivers which go with this NAS. Got it.
Go.
So, that's all the cables and the documentation. Next up is the actual NAS. Quite a lot of nice foam packaging, since they obviously don't want it to break while it's being shipped to you. And this is the actual NAS. So, as we can see here, as indicated just by looking at this thing and mostly by the sticker, it has what appears to be a third drive bay. This isn't actually a third drive bay. This is what Seagate refers to as a USM bay. USM standing for Universal Storage Module, which in much shorter words is just a 2.5-inch drive. It can be used to transfer files onto or off of the NAS. Now, on the front here, you can see we have a USB 3.0 port. We have one button, which I honestly cannot tell you what it does because I have yet to read the documentation. We have indicator LEDs, and we have a power button. Now, on the back, we have, again, the USB 3.0. We have two RJ45 ports, otherwise known as Ethernet ports, and we have our power connector. Now, we're going to take a look inside this NAS. No fancy way to open it, just a little latch. And, if we look on the inside of the door, we can see a funny little warning sticker which tells you that if you remove more than one drive at a time, you may experience data loss. I'm not too sure about that. That, I'm sure, only matters in RAID configurations, which you don't have to configure this in a RAID configuration, but if you wanted to, it will work in RAID 1 or 0. Now, let's look at the actual drive bays. They are just simple little latches. You push down, it pops out, just like that. Got it. Now, we're going to look inside the NAS, specifically at the drive bays. As you can see, they just pull out like that, very simply, and there it's ready to accept the drive. Now, I'm going to show you how to install a drive into one of these drive bays. I have to say this isn't quite as intuitive as I would like it to be, but it's not impossible. So, I would like to point out before I begin, one side is different than the other in that it flexes quite a bit more, and this is integral to properly installing a drive. Now, as you can see, the drive is installed in the drive holder. As for installing in the NAS, I found out earlier, the only way to do this is it has to be unclipped, and you slide it in, like so, push it all the way in, and you flip this clip up. It will clip in and close properly. Now, I'm going to point this out because it is rather more difficult to get the drive out. You need to flip the clip down, and the drive will not come out easily. I found, again, the best way to do this is you have to pull on this door here, and it will unhook the drive from its connector, and your drive is now free. You can do whatever you like with it. And that is the Seagate STBN 100 NAS.